Well, just got back from a very pleasant weekend at a Blake 7 event that was held, called Forever Avon, and it's by the Maximum Power guys. So they run Blake 7 conventions, and these are very old school style conventions, so very small sort of number of attendees. You don't get treated like cattle. Everyone's an individual. Everyone's really nice and wanting the event to be a success, which is not what you get at some conventions that I've been to, where basically it's just a money making exercise, and this is far from it. So I thought what we'd do is I did some videoing, so I'm going to present that, show you some of the amazing sights that were at the show. There was an unrivaled collection of original costumes and original models, so you know, proper, the ones used in the program. I mean there are some sort of fan-built replicas such like these, but they've got the original props, and there was a series of guests, you know, ranging from Matt Irvin, the BBC special effects wizard, worked on pretty much anything that involves special effects, Doctor Who, Blake 7, you know, pretty much everything that was going at the time. The Travis Mark 1, Stephen Greif was there, Jenna Stannis, the lovely Sally and Yvette. Also, Michael Keating was meant to be there, but he had a work commitment, which is understandable. You know, these people are working actors; they have to make a living. But also there was Jan Chappell, who played the lovely Callie. June Hudson, the costume designer, who's just the most adorable lady going. Yeah, so it was a great weekend. Lots of things going on. You probably saw my video about the Avon figure that I made up, and that sold in the auction. Got quite emotional. That sold for quite a high amount to a very lovely chap called Jeff. Where, you know, I have to thank him. I have to question his sanity for paying a lot of money for one of my creations, but it all went to charity. So amazing work there, Jeff. And it, like I say, I was very pleased and proud that it went for what it did go for. But I also thought we'd have a look at some of my Blake 7 autographs that I've got at this event and the last one they did. I thought there might be a little bit of interest for people. So let's have a look at some of the footage that I took at the con. And unfortunately didn't take as much as I wanted. Myself and my best mate Eric, who some of you will know from the Blake 7 in Character podcast. We were there. He was trooping. He was one of the troopers. So there was 3 others, absolutely lovely people, putting up with an absolutely mad temperature wearing these costumes. I went as Travis, and that was bad enough, but at least my head wasn't covered. So I was going to say hats off to them. That's quite punny, isn't it? But helmets off to them for trooping and keeping everyone entertained. I think the guards were a highlight for many people at the con. So well done, Eric and the guys and gals that helped make the convention what it was. Let's have a look at some of the footage.
Who have managed to round up the rebels and commanders, and have brought them here today for your enjoyment in Q&A or interrogation, whichever you want to take it as. But please give our boys from the Federation a huge cheer, as they're responsible for the round up today. They've done a fantastic job. Okay, so enough talking from me. I'd just like to introduce our very special guests today, so I'm going to call them up one at a time. Please give them a huge round of applause as they come up, and we'll get the Q&A started. So to start, we have So please put your hands together for Jan Chappell, who plays Callie. Okay, next up we have, I think you've already seen a lot of her work. We have June Hudson, costume designer extraordinaire. Thank you, June. Sorry for all the obstacle courses. Lovely, thank you. Oh dear, right, stand by your beds, make sure they're well made. Because we have Space Commander Travis, we have Stephen Groyd. Thanks very much. Right, who's the better pilot? That's another question. Right, so we have that space smuggler who's possibly the best pilot, but anyway, so we have Sally Nivette, who played Jenna Stannis. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much. Okay, and Jenna needed a spaceship, otherwise they wouldn't be going very fast, so somebody who's responsible for some of those spaceships and all the lovely visual effects you've seen before, please put your hands together for Matt Irvin. Okay, we have former space captain, now hero and rebel, I think. We have Stephen Pacey, who played Del Tarrant. Please put your hands together.
So you're going to compare the size of yours with the size of Matt Irvin's, aren't you?
Matt's over there. Look, it needs his right pose for showing this off.
Yeah, that's a manly pose.
Yeah, I would get my leg up, but I've got nothing to get it up on.
So this is an original one.
Yes.
Let's see.
This is mine before we compare and contrast.
Yours looks bigger, I think. No. Let's try and get. I'd say about you. I think you got that pretty spot on.
Ah, have you noticed the difference? My red band is in a different place.
Oh yeah. I bet there was different models. Because if you look at that, that's much longer than yours.
You're saying Matt's is longer than mine?
Matt's is much longer than yours, yes.
Contrasting, Mike.
Yeah, yours, Matt's, looks a bit bigger than Eric's.
Your girth is bigger. You've got a bigger girth than me.
No, after that.
So this has obviously got a chunk that was snapped off.
Which is that bit.
Yeah.
which came to there on this one, because that's obviously where they blew.
You have to remember these are the originals.
And it looks it.
Yeah, other than that.
But is
If anything
from
looks
the
too good,
70s?
it's
Yes.
obviously not
I'm
genuine.
surprised they use Phillips screws, or are these replacement screws? Because
Couldn't
they
tell
were all
you.
flatted.
I couldn't tell you
back then,
that,
weren't they? It was all
but
flatted
this was
screws.
definitely,
Phillips.
this was in the store at the effects department when I grabbed it.
Right. It's not that far off, really.
That's replacement. It was missing that.
Ah, that's why that girth is bigger than mine.
Yeah. If I'm honest, the pistol that's in the case, that end was on this gun originally.
Ah, right.
So I'll grab the pistol a minute because that's an interesting thing.
That's interesting that that's a replacement.
Put together for gold,
God, it's chunky.
which has got a. Well, what it is that they've literally cut the back end off that and stuck it on the front.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
That is really chunky.
They've literally cut the back end off and put it in the front.
But that's what Bill Pearson did for the Blake's blaster in the very last episode on the Stormtrooper blaster. He cut the front off, cut the back off, turned the back round and stuck it on the front.
Well, this is the one, you see the guy, Villa stands up in the quarry and the guy goes, "Who are you, where are your papers?" And it's been stuck on with a curve on the front of it, so it's like literally like a banana.
It is.
So I think it was a really rush prop.
Hopefully that sort of gave a brief idea of what the convention was like. Always great fun. I hope they do another one next year. This one was postponed for a fair while due to the dreaded COVID, but hopefully we'll get another one next year. I advise everyone, if you want to go, grab your tickets early. It sells out very quickly because, like I say, it is a very limited amount of people that can attend. Found my Travis eye patch that I made that worked really well. I basically did a face cast of myself and then created a plaster part of my head and then vac formed over it, and I didn't think they would stay on in the heat, but they worked really well. I just found that lurking behind the cat hair stuck to it, and used I want to call it titty tape. I don't know what the official name is. It's what it's used to keep clothing attached to skin. It's very good stuff. It doesn't come off very easily. So let's have a look. This is my autograph book. Obviously there's a fair bit of Doctor Who stuff in there. But let's get to the Blake 7. It's here somewhere. Here we go. So let's have a look. Let's go old school unmounted. So this was Gareth Thomas, who I was lucky enough to meet at a Cult TV event so many years ago. I think it was about 2002 or 2003, and he was very nice enough to sign the convention booklet. I don't have an actual photo of Gareth Thomas signed, which was a shame. And then Paul Darrow, again, appeared at the Cult TV conventions that were held. Absolutely lovely chap, wonderful sense of humour, sadly missed, and it's in his memory that the Forever Avon conventions, the Maximum Power ones, are held. No one's ever got a bad word to say about Paul Darrow, which I think speaks volumes. The lovely Michael Keating played Villa, so he was there at the last event, couldn't make it this time and was sadly missed. He's again a wonderful sense of humour, so I got a couple done for him. It was really nice to finally meet the lovely Sally, who played Jenna, and then we had the privilege of watching her reverse her car at the car park, which was great. Best pilot in the galaxy. So yep, she was there. She hasn't changed a jot since then. It's just, I think she's got some sort of painting in her loft that's horrible, or a sea devil in her basement, could be. That's another one I got done. That was one of the cards that they did, a series of Blake 7 trading cards with autographs in, which is surprisingly easy to get hold of on eBay and such. And there's the lovely Jan Chappelle, who again hasn't changed a jot. The late David Jackson, he was at the same event. It might have been the following year that Gareth Thomas and Paul Darrow were at for the Occult TV. So again, I haven't got a photo signed, but I have got a very nice message in there. That's when everyone knew me as Spike. Everyone knew my wife Anne as Prud, for various reasons. And then the highlight for me at this con was the wonderful Stephen Pacey. On the podcast, we're obviously usually quite disparaging about the character of Tarrant. The actor could not be any further from the character of Tarrant. He is absolutely lovely, a right charmer, good sense of humour. Hasn't aged a jot at all. He's got sort of silver fox hair now, but I think that just adds to his charm for everyone. So yeah, he was great. With an autograph card, and then the Space Commander. It's Mimi. Maggie. She's hot. It's so hot. It's like 30 odd degrees here today. My room is a mess, isn't it? You right? You doing? I'm gonna ponder. Say hello to everyone. Hello. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Bless her. She doesn't like the heat. I don't blame her. Yeah, Stephen Greif, Travis Mark 1, who's just. I can always say I can imagine him sat on a yacht in the Mediterranean, entertaining people. He's old school raconteur, lovely guy. Travis Mark 2, Brian Croucher, who I adore. Brian Croucher. I've not yet managed to meet him. I was hoping he was going to the con. My friend Eric got me this wonderful autograph, but he was so busy telling Eric a story about how his flies burst open. Don't ask. He forgot to sign it, so he's put to Ian the last word in fans, because obviously the episode where he tries to get Villa to give them the word for teleport, and then he's put Travis's and then hasn't signed it. But I think that sort of makes it more valuable to me. Then we've got a couple of more cards, so I have got the Ryan Croucher signature there. The wonderful Jacqueline Pearce, met her at a fair in Watford. Lovely lady, off her trolley. Matt Irvin, he signed a Liberator photo for me. The wonderful June Hudson, I just had a nice little chat with her, because obviously I make a lot of costumes, so it's nice to speak to her about that. There's another one of her designs, because she's such a great designer. Still sharp as a tack. And then that's some various guest stars. Oh, those cards. I think I brought 2 stock boxes and get all these autographs in them. Like Ian Cullen, he was in Doctor Who. The wonderful Brian Blessed. The cat's having a bit of trouble. Go on. Bless her. She was trying to. She had one paw on the chair, and it's a revolving chair. Bless. Bless her indeed. And then wonderful Trooper Power. Who I sent off for this when he was in the bill, and so he played a character called Tosh Lyons. He was great actor. So that's some of my autographs. I've got so many from other shows, so if you want to see them, let me know. But yeah, I heartily recommend, if you are into Blake 7 at all, to try and get to the convention. I mean, there's people coming from all over the world to it. I begrudge driving 3.5 hours, but then I'm a very lazy man. One thing that did seem to go down very well at the convention was when I was dressed as Travis, I was handing out genuine 1970s Sugar Smacks badges that we made earlier in the year. I don't remember Sugar Smacks badges. They did Doctor Who ones and Jerry Anderson, and I thought it'd be nice if there was a Blake 7 set. So I've done a set of 12 different badges of all the sort of this Travis Mark one. Lovely talent. In 2 different sizes. So I'm actually, because they were so successful, we're going to be selling the sets we've got on, I want to say Etsy, but it's not, it's a site like that. I'll put a link down below. We're also going to be selling the IMAR models metal miniatures. So now that the moulds are working, I'm going to be selling them as well. To anyone that wants them. Again, very popular at the convention, because let's face it, I suppose there's not much Blake 7 merchandise about. My wife knocked up this wonderful Sugar Smacks box. So good at, so talented. Yeah, so come along to the site if you want any of them. At the moment, I don't think we're offering to outside the UK because the postage is just mad at the moment. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. It does help the channel, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.